And another shot fired in the U.S.-Canada trade war. Donald Trump releasing a letter to Prime Minister Mark Carney late this evening. Let's get straight to CTV senior political correspondent Michael Couteur. And Mike, in this letter, a couple of new threats. What exactly does it say?
Yeah, Omar, President Donald Trump is accusing Canada of financially retaliating against the U.S. And so he's vowed that starting on August 1st, he will impose a 35% tariff on all Canadian goods going to the U.S. Now, that's separate from the current sectoral tariffs. Trump goes on to say in that letter that if Canada raises its tariffs, quote, whatever number you choose to raise them by will be added onto the 35% that we charge, end quote. All of this comes 11 days before Canada's self-imposed deadline to make a deal with the U.S. and just one day after Trump said 50% tariffs on copper would also be applied on August 1st. And more than half of Canadian copper goes to the U.S.
We'll fight against it, period.
A defiant declaration from Canada's industry minister talking about the threat of 50% tariffs on Canadian copper. While meeting the Vancouver Board of Trade, Melanie Joly said protecting jobs remains the government's focus in this trade war.
We denounce these illegal tariffs, and we think that they're a direct attack against our workers and now on the in the copper industry, and so we'll fight against them.
While the fight continues on one front, negotiations with the U.S. are ongoing. Today, the Foreign Affairs Minister said she believes a deal can get done before Canada's self-imposed deadline of July 21st.
I will say that we are still hopeful that an agreement can be achieved indeed.
But one of the people who negotiated the last trade deal with the U.S. disagrees.
I think that's, not realistic at the present moment. I don't think that we're going to be able to achieve very much of significance over the next, 11 days.
Canada's former ambassador to the U.S., David McNaughton, also sits on the Prime Minister's Council on Canada-U.S. relations. He thinks the government should extend discussions until U.S. President Donald Trump softens his stance.
When some of the things that he's doing start to bite on the American economy, when inflation starts going up, when things start to slow down, I think that will be the time when we can make a fair and reasonable deal.
And a deal by July 21st seems even less likely now, with the U.S. president threatening to cripple the Canadian economy in just 3 weeks.